Introduce our players starting in the bottom left. Oh. Seems like MC always just introduces himself, huh? So, in the bottom left, we have from Team Evil Geniuses, the two-time defending NASL champion, EG's PuMa.
And you guys know him, you guys love him. It is the boss toss himself, SKMC.
Now, this is a very interesting map choice, Antigua Showhour. This is one of the maps where that fast third base even began with players like Parting. We know players that used to love doing this kind of style, specifically on this map. What does PuMa have planned, do you think, Andre? What kind of styles are very viable on Antigua Shipyard?
Well, I think it's because it's just one of the more standard styles, and there's a very clear way to play out this map. You go and take your 3 bases, and if you need to take extra bases, you just take center control. And really, PuMa at that endgame stage only has to think about how can I take center control, which will give me access to all other expansions, whether it be expanding for himself or whether it be aggressing up on his opponent. Now, remember, he could always put down a planetary fortress in one of the top left and bottom right-hand positions, and that will move a lot of MC's units out of the way. That will always give him options. So planetary fortresses are vital on this map when you're going to expand past 4 bases.
It's a cool little fact. MC and PuMa in the past 20 games both have won 14 and lost 6. So both have been riding a general comfort in the matchup. Of course, it could be a testament to each other's skill. MC, of course, played Protoss versus Terran to advance to the GSO round of 4, where he took down Tasia, and just been displaying a lot of similar builds to what he's been doing thus far. Just really standard 1 gate expands into whatever he wants to do. He can drop 3 gates, go 4 gate. He can tech. He can drop that 3rd Nexus apparently now as well. And now PuMa is going to be very cautious about what he's scouting. He sees an early double gas though. And MC, I mean, and he can do anything from that. PuMa has to be very cautious with how he approaches this.
Yeah, that's the important thing. This scout, this second scout, was really important in this. And it basically told him that MC is actually mining from this. A lot of times people will take the second gas just to fake out and then go for an expansion. And that's a really nice way of doing indirect damage to your opponent, saying, okay, well, I'm capable of doing Void Ray all-ins or Dark Templars. You have to make, you know, your engineering base super early and turrets and not get your gases fast. That's really important. But the SCV coming in there just verifies to him that, okay, it is going to be some sort of 1 base aggression. It could potentially be some sort of macro, but it'll be weakened. So by me just going for macro, by me expanding and taking my Orbital Command Center as fast as possible, I will be efficient, more efficient than my opponent.
Yeah, and you know, MC does expand a little bit later, but he now has a lot of gas options. He can follow this up with any way he wants to. You can see he's racking up 300 gas. He can pump out pure sentries, go for a huge attack. He can go for a huge Twilight tech. But again, it's all up to whatever he's scouting. MC's playing very reactive and safe at this point. You can see he's moving her Stalker all around the map to see if he can catch any proxies, because PuMa is also capable of that as well.
Yeah. Now, keep in mind, he's saved up a ton of gas. As you said, Frodan, he has the ability to do a lot of different all-ins from here. It could be gateway all-ins, it could be robo all-ins. There's a lot of things that he has that he's capable of. So PuMa normally in this position has to go for at least 2 bunkers before the 7-minute mark. A lot of times these 6 gates hit at around 8 minutes to 8 minutes and 30 seconds. PuMa needs to be extra careful because opponent has taken, he's basically sacrificed a lot of minerals for this early amount of gas.
Early Twilight Council from MC. And he is choosing his tech path immediately. At the same time, so is PuMa. He got 2 tech labs. Hasn't really started an upgrade just yet because he's been really prioritizing on getting out his SCV count in the beginning. But we can see that Robo also dropped as well, so MC no doubt going to eventually transition to his normal mid-game. Loves that huge amount of Stalkers, love having Blink. And it's really good too because Antigua Shipyard, there's a lot of crafty ways you can drop, especially with that Shroud in the main base. So you have to always keep a watch, especially if opponent wants to put on aggression.
Yeah. From here, I think PuMa is actually a little bit in the advantage right now. I think because he has been able to get this extra Orbital Command Center down for so long, he's been able to really materialize off of this, and we'll see it a little bit later when it comes to the army size. So let's look at the income tab, 33 to 36. If you guys don't know already, a mule is 4.5 efficient mining workers on minerals per minute. So that gives him quite an advantage over his opponent. I think, you know, they're choosing to go into this very standard, I would say, even though MC kind of took the slight efficiency loss in the beginning. But they're just looking to play it at that end game stage. I think that's where PuMa actually excels in the most. Yeah, and
what's cool is that PuMa's been really showing that he can manage his economy really well. He's going for a lot of earlier upgrades and delaying that starport. It's around 8.5 minutes, starport is even done, it's just wrapping up. And so he's favoring to get a stronger core army again, just like what MC wanted to do with his early Blink Stalker upgrade. Now, with something that's kind of cool to MC try to use that Warp Prism, and those storms really started a fight that PuMa didn't want to take. And MC's been able to incorporate Warp Prisms a lot into his play, not just against Terran, but against Zerg as well. And MC, when he's controlling that Warp Prism, you always have to keep an eye on it, especially because he can use that for blinks on the high ground, he can use it for warp-ins, and he can do really tricky things.
So it will be 4 sentries inside the Warp Prism. He's looking to blink up into the main and then just section off any Marines and Marauders who are coming up here. This is a very tricky build.
Yeah.
We see this all the time in PvZ, but not really so much in PvT. We'll see if this is going to be any effective at all.
Well, MC does have 6 gates now. He finished up 3 more. And this is just typical textbook MC aggression. Loves putting on pressure, but he's also putting on a Dark Templar Shrine, so he's able to follow it up with the confrontation. MC not paying attention. Whew, that could have been really bad.
So the blink actually tells PuMa, okay, I have to be careful with my drops. But normally you don't actually defend against things like this. MC getting to the side over here. Blink is up. He blinks up into the main.
But Andre, can the sentries force field rampant time? It's going to be really close. Oh, he does catch some of them. But MC's able to section up a lot of them. The SCVs are being pulled, and now PuMa is in a world of trouble. He does have that sentries being picked out. Look at the micro from MC.
Oh, look at that. Another force field goes down. These Stalkers just going to town on all these units. If he picks off the medevacs, that will be the game-winning move. At this point, the Stalkers are just going to town on everything. MC's relying just on this gateway pressure to do so much, and it is Frodan.
Oh, man, and, you know, MC's able to put on this aggression. He's stalling for a lot of time. Look at that great blink micro pushing back each Stalker that's weak, and he's just warping in more Stalkers, and the Dark Templar is about to finish up as well. This is a great follow-up plan, because even if PuMa holds us off, which he won't, the SCVs are being pulled. MC's just pressing forward here, and all the SCVs are dying, Andre. The SCV count is getting super low, and MC backs out, but not after doing incredible damage.
23 workers killed. Right now, 11.5 minutes into the game.
Andre, the Warp Prism. The Warp Prism's warping in DTs.
Oh my god.
PuMa needs these scans. He needs these scans for his economy, but the Dark Templars are not working. MC is also pushing the natural front as well, and PuMa's out of position. MC taking out the missile turret. No more detection.
GG! MC dissecting his opponent like a surgeon, showing he is the boss toss. With the upgrade advantage, PuMa is still not able to deal with MC's army. It's amazing.
That was incredible. Just the surgical dissection of PuMa, pulling him from one direction, making him think that he's going to try to blink and attack, and then able to protect that ramp, warping DTs. You know what, Andre? We have a replay. Let's take a closer look one more time of the action we just saw.
And here it is. I mean, these sentries were perfect. And the crisis management that he went through in this was just superb. Lifting the sentries up into the Warp Prism every single time they were being targeted down. That was PuMa's #1 priority. And then just making sure that that was force shielded off. And he didn't even go after the medevacs the whole time. He very well could have, but he said, no, I'm just going to run them dry and then just kill all your units a little bit later. It was actually the most impressive play I've seen so far in StarCraft 2.
Oh, man. And so MC takes game #2. We want to also thank Azo Monitors for helping us out with NASL Season 3. Pick up your own, where you can watch NASL and any StarCraft 2 in high definition 1080p. And with that, we're going to go to a quick commercial break. So again, Tropicool, send us off as we get ready for game #3 between MC and PuMa. Don't go anywhere.